Welcome back, Kitten 7770 here, where hopefully in today's episode I'll be finishing up the build on Endeavor. I just need to get this glass sorted, and I forgot what I'm looking for in here. Oh, I'm looking for girders, but they're on me. I have all of them on me. Don't have glass though. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna finish getting this cockpit glassed in. Sorry about the sound quality. I had a Windows update recently and I reset a lot of my work on the sound settings. I tried to mess with them a little bit before this, but I can only do so much. The sound issue happened when I was recording, so I didn't realize that the recorder was not picking up the music anymore. That's an oopsie on my part. So this one's gonna be mostly without music, unfortunately. I would like to make this thing a non-flat cockpit, but I'm trying to figure out how I could continue this sort of curve. Oh, I ran out of glass. Ugh. I could probably make some glass. In fact, I will do that. Queue up maybe 30? Oh, I'll still queue it up, but I remembered I still have those, I have those partial windows by the crash site that I never finished grinding. And yes, I've almost completely gutted the mine, whereas I left the crash site as is. I sort of did that so in case I drain the battery I have currently, this one will still have a large amount of power by the time I get back to it. Because I would love to make, for one, I want to try to dig out this structure out of the ground and maybe slap it on the front of a large rover. Maybe. I haven't decided yet. I do want to get that thing out taken care of eventually. Airbase up on the hill. Oh. Perfect timing. Also, my video quality has seemed to have suffered a little bit from the update. On top of that, my original monitor fried, so I had to get a new monitor, and its settings are also not where I want them. Space Engineer's darkness is much darker. It's also a bit grainier. I didn't have enough money to get a gaming monitor, so I got the closest I could to it. It's an Acer monitor. The KA2 IPS monitor. It's about a 24-inch screen. But it goes up to 75 Hz refresh, though my system can only handle a 60 Hz refresh. Otherwise, it just turns pitch black. So eventually, I'll be upgrading my computer tower, but that won't happen for quite some time. Even though it is, what, 7 years old? 9 years old? I forget. I got this computer back in, don't actually know when I got this tower. I just know it's extremely old. It has a Pentium 5 processor. That's how old it is. I've upgraded it as much as I can, but there's only so much I could do with such an old PC. My problem is with these 1x1 angles is that I just can't get the angle I need for this square section of glass. So I'm going to have to change the top out a bit. And I'm thinking about putting 2 lines of armor up here. I don't want this thing to be too heavy. That's why a lot of this armor is light. I will give it some heavy armor, maybe in the midsection to protect the vitals. But other than that, it's going to be mostly light armor. I mean, this thing is basically going to be my scout vehicle, so I can look around at things. And maybe find some things to scrap and salvage. I could have just... I don't know. Come on. So hard to place. I was originally going to do a different design, but I realized it wasn't going to be airtight, so I stuck with this one. And a little bit of a view up top. So that conserves glass, and I can... Why is this window not grinding? There we go. Finally got that window. I could do a little bit more glass work now. Oh, I didn't finish welding that one. I don't know why the image is so grainy. In fact, it's extremely grainy. Like I said, my monitors isn't the most quality. I'm hoping it improves, but it doesn't look like it will. Ugh. Yeah, something I'm about to put up with until I can afford a gaming monitor. Which, my other monitor was a gaming monitor. It was an Acer as well, but it was far better quality than this thing. So I'm gonna move my gyros back, because I realize I'm blocking the conveyor port, not point. Well, either way it would work. I want to make sure these are straight. On the small grid gyros, having the 2 dots face front, that's the front of the gyroscope. And now I'm going to put the small grid oxygen tanks from the ship pack in here. Give the... Give this part some armor on the bottom.
Energy low.
I probably should do heavy armor here. I don't know why I'm doing light. But I could really put heavy panels over it for a little extra durability. Do I want guns on this thing? Maybe. Just wait. When did I grind down the seat? Okay. I don't know when I did that.
Energy low.
No, that's the wrong air unit. I need this one. This way, I can get some, hopefully, get this place pressurized. Of course, I'm 1 motor short. This is... I might be able to back it up onto the connector pretty soon. Because I've got it down on the ground. Make sure that's... Let's see... I should probably weld these up. So that way, I'm not going to have this thing be able to produce oxygen. So it conserve. Instead, I won't have it produce oxygen, so I can conserve power by not running the H2O2. And having a little oxygen supply with me should allow me to do some long distance trips. Though I realize I won't have much hydrogen. I'll just have the hydrogen that I have in the bottles I'm carrying. Unless I find a place to stick an O2. And unless I find a place to stick a hydrogen tank. Or just carry extra H2 bottles. That's an option. I don't know if I'm going to keep this solar panel. So I'm thinking more and more that I want batteries on this thing. Large batteries, not the small ones. Or I could do a reactor with the small batteries. But I don't have much uranium. Let me give me a second to get all my controls set up again. If I'm gonna be moving out closer to those bases, I probably should have some ability to defend myself. Oh, that's right, I do need guns because I'm gonna need to be able to go after those convoys. And I don't know what those convoys have on them. I don't know how much firepower they've got. So having at least... I mean, Gatlings, yes. They've got about... They could fire up to 800, even though they only... They're most successful at 600. Oh boy. Don't know what I want to do. At any rate, let me back up onto this connector right here. Ooh! I hit that a bit hard. Still need to go slower. At least I didn't break my connector. That would have been bad. Okay then. Alright. I can recharge the batteries because I've used quite a bit of their power. And I might as well test to see if this thing gets airtightness before I weld up those. Or no, I did weld up the oxygen tanks. I won't have any way of pulling the air out though, because I believe those O2 tanks are already full. But I can at least check to see if this is airtight. Where is the air vent? Oh, of course, A. It's right up in front. Here goes everything. Yes! It's airtight! Oh, I don't have to redo the glass and try to figure it out again. Of course, when I open this door, that's all going to be vented. So this gives me... So now, I finally have a little pressurized space in here. The glass is pretty strong, but the weakness on my cockpit is going to be the armor panels, because they're not heavy. Alright, don't need that solar panel anymore, it's kind of in the way of the build. Probably do a GAT straight off the back for right now. I'm starting to actually run out of parts. Oh boy. Try not to yawn on these, but it just sometimes comes out. That's one Gatling. I probably should have put a block in between the cargo. I could always fix it later. Right now, that's good enough. I will, however... I would love to put an assault cannon up here. Or maybe... Oof. If I had the parts, I could probably do a custom railgun turret. I don't have superconductors, though. Those I would have to get a hold of. I don't know where I would get those even. Do the drones have superconductors? I'm not sure. Probably do light armor. Though there are aircraft. I might do heavy armor if I get... Because light armor on a... Well, on a small grid ship is like tissue paper. It will get torn through pretty quick. You know what? I just thought of something. I could put a defense block on here. That should allow the targets to target. That should allow the turrets to turret. That... Oh my god. That should allow the AI to target with the turrets faster. Me no speak well. No. I just got tongue-tied. Ugh. Let's see if... detector components. Do I have some of those laying around? Yes. Good. So... let me get this. That will help with the AI targeting. I would love to have a higher caliber turret on this thing. I just don't think it's unlocked. I mean, I could try it. I have basic weapon technology, but does that mean I have more advanced weapon tech? Considering that it's not switching when I'm rotating the mouse button, they're probably locked. Okay. So I'm just gonna have to make do with Gatling guns unless I hit the, Oof. Where do I go for better weapons? There was a weapons research marker that came up a while back. But it's very far away from what I saw. Well, can't do much about that right now. I'll focus on what I can build. And that's Gatlings. Though it looks like I might be able to do a custom turret with assault cannons. I've never actually built a custom turret. In theory, I know how to do it. I've just never done it. Oh man. I need to pipe this thing. I don't like that it's only being piped from one angle. If I lose this pipe on the top, that can't get ammo. I might change that eventually. Or at some point. I don't know.
Energy low.
For right now, this works. It's gonna be nicer. The ultimate goal is to eventually get a large grid rover. and have that be my primary base. A mobile base. But depending on the moon's terrain, that might be tricky without some thrusters. I'm gonna have to hit the flight research base eventually. Oh, of course. I need components. I do realize with the rover connected, I have blocked my fast access point for parts. Anyway, oh well. I'm going to do black heavy armor here. I'm trying to minimize the weight. Oh, excuse me.
Energy low.
Trying to minimize the weight as much as possible. I don't know how I'm going to protect the cargo container quite yet. I wonder if I could do blast doors. Yeah, blast doors between the heavy armor blocks. I mean, it's 5. Oh, I don't know why I don't do blast doors. I could do blast doors other places too, just for a bit more strength. And I probably want those green. Yeah, I'm gonna make those green. If I could target it. There we go. Black and green works pretty well together. Oh, I could probably do... I could do heavy armor plate right here. Just to give some armor for my cargo container. And I'll follow the green-black pattern I've got currently. Green and black. I named it Endeavor when it's gonna look like a watermelon. I already named it Endeavor. I'll name something else watermelon if it comes to it. Well now, I had to get some power. I realize this makes my build a little boxy, but I just don't know what I could really do right now. I'm kind of at a loss for what I could do for this end. I'll probably change these plates at some other time. It's just, I don't know what I want back here. And I probably should have left a hole for the battery. Put a couple of large batteries on here. Oops, that's green. Let me just change that to black. Let's do no texture in black. Then I'll continue with green. I don't have enough nickel for the batteries, so I'm breaking down some grids for the components I need. I'm probably also going to do heavy armor panels on these, most likely in the plastic texture across the battery face. At some point my recording stopped and I missed a little bit of footage. I turned it on as quickly as I could. I am going to cover up these O2 ports in plastic armor. Just gives a nice smooth look. Well, here it is. All the batteries have been welded up. It's done. It pressurizes. And at current, I have 1 day of power remaining on this base. So, I'm going to slap on a hydrogen engine and start producing some more power. Oh, I really want to build that tank too. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do a lot of ice mining since I've only got the one O2H2 on this thing, on this base. It's not a very efficient way to run this, to get gas directly from the oxygen generator. It would be better to have a tank that I could pull the fuel from. I do actually have hydrogen, I just need to get it to the surface. Once again, that comes down to needing thrusters. I'm probably going to... Jeez. It's taking forever to get these motors. Just 4 more. Alright. Now what's the progress on these things? There, got the motors. I'll clear it later. I do want to get some more parts back into this large hydrogen tank. Just not the small and large steel tubes. Get it ready for when I finally do get it enough supplies on it to build it up. Make sure I put away the large tubes. Alright, let's do... Oh, I forgot the small tubes. Forgot to put away the small tubes. Alright. And... oh boy. I was gonna end it prior, but I realized I had some time left, so I decided to add in a little leftover clip from footage prior. Well, okay. Anyways, that's gonna be about it for this episode. Go ahead, leave a like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you later. Bye!